Good evening. It's another beautiful spring evening here in Maryland where I am. It's really breezy and warm, and all the trees are starting to blossom that beautiful first pistachio green that I love. It makes you feel like everything is coming alive again. It's a really good feeling. I wanted to talk about something today really quick that was on my mind. I talk a lot about, or mostly I write a lot about being in touch with your intuition and listening to yourself and your inner self and your inner guidance and trusting the wisdom that you carry with inside yourself. And I was realizing the other day that I think it's really hard sometimes for people to connect to that space within themselves. We're a world that's really high on a lot of things. Our bodies are really high with cortisol because of the amount of stress that our society kind of puts us through, is made up of. And all the different stimulants that we put in ourselves, our coffee, our sugar, our alcohol, our thoughts running wild. We're really hyped up. We're a hyped up society. And it's a survival tactic. It's just, unfortunately, the way things have been, the way the system has been set up. But it's really, I was realizing it's hard to settle down and quiet yourself and listen to yourself when you're hyped up by all these different things, especially cortisol. You just keep going, and it's really hard to sort of be still, and everything becomes faster. You want to eat faster. You don't make as many healthy choices. You're just busy. And it can be difficult to slow yourself down when your nervous system is heightened and going a million miles an hour. So that's a place to start. So examining our lives and the different habits that we have that are addictions, and kind of keeping us going so that we can survive with the world the way it is currently. Sean and I, 5 months ago, decided to take sugar out of our diets, and something we've both done at different points in our lives. I've done it for up to a year before, and then I always, fall back into it as it's easy to do. But every time we do it, it's really noticeable the changes it makes in our nervous system. And our bodies, of course. I've written about that, the unbelievable decrease in inflammation for my body specifically, and any kind of bloating, edema. And then you notice all the emotional habits that come with it, the sort of addictive nature of sugar and coffee and other types of stimulants. And when you have those in your system, you're kind of like always a little bit jacked up, and it's really hard to quiet down and settle the nervous system down enough to listen to your deep wisdom and to really make the choices that your body's asking you to make. It's hard to listen to that voice that says, hey, I really would prefer that you put some asparagus in me today. Instead, you're kind of like heightened, and you're not settled enough to really hear that voice or act on that voice. Maybe you hear it slightly, but you're a little bit hyper, so you don't really make those choices as easily. So when you are aware of these substances or lifestyle choices or addictions that we have in our lives, and if we can remove even one, sugar was a huge one to remove, because I really love chocolate, and I haven't had chocolate or honey or maple syrup in a little while. And I feel great. I really feel great with that. And the more the time passes with that, again, it takes a little while, but the body starts speaking louder, and I'm able to really stop before I put something in my mouth and ask my body if it's really what it wants. And then I'm also hearing, and I hear this pretty well in naturally anyway, but it's even more heightened now that I'm actually able to consciously make that choice easier, more easy, in terms of what food my body would like me to take. So lately I'm really craving asparagus and broccoli, and we've started juicing, and we're making carrot and beet juice almost regularly. And the more that we do that, like the more that my body's asking, for me to make other choices, and it's easier for me to listen because I'm not so hyped. I've kind of removed a lot of the sugar from my system, and my organs are functioning much better, feeling lighter, and therefore I can receive the information easier, and I listen. That's the thing, isn't it? So I'm listening more, and the more I listen, the easier it becomes, and the happier my body is. Of course, there's a huge detox process that goes through that, but that's another video that Sean and I want to do together. But I just wanted to mention that. So ways to be able to connect to our deeper wisdom, our intuition, our body wisdom. I truly, truly, deeply am a firm believer that our body is our greatest teacher, is absolutely capable of healing itself and taking care of itself, and we just get in our way, and society gets our way, and of course big pharma and the medical system is really getting in the way of our innate healing ability and our trust in ourselves. So all of that can really start to happen and flow more easily when we start to recognize the different types of substances and addictions and energies, thoughts, belief systems, foods, everything that we put into our body, emotions. And when we start to kind of pick one at a time and remove them from our systems, like sugar or coffee. I don't smoke or drink, but that would be other things too. We can slow down. Our body starts to settle down. Our nervous system can start to unwind and relax because we're giving it what it needs to support it. And that's really key. We need to give our body what it needs to support its innate healing ability. So that was just a thought I wanted to share. Maybe a step, a tool to take to learning how to listen to yourself more deeply. Of course, really important for quiet time. Even like now, this is twilight time. It's my favorite time to be outside and to connect with myself and nature all around me. Taking deep breaths and unwinding a little bit, closing my eyes, checking in with myself and source energy. It's a really special time of day. Everything starts to calm down, and things become more available to hear, to feel, to experience. So doing something like that. When you come home, give yourself 5-10 minutes. Sean loves to stretch every evening. He stretches, walks in the grass, something to unwind from the day. And, set aside a few minutes to quiet yourself. Excuse me. And then, asking those inner questions becomes easier to hear and to act upon. The wind really helps me to calm down too. It's so soothing and especially watching like the leaves move with the trees in the wind at twilight. I find it really helps me find my pace. I learn to breathe with the trees breathing, and that helps me settle my nervous system. So just a quick tip for this evening. I hope you have a beautiful evening or morning or day wherever you are in the world. And the trees and I are sending you much love. Eshkurayin kurushk iskaran, eshkuruhi skaraisk arran takai kohom, paraisk taino warn tain tin home. Eshkur.